Bonjour étudiants, my name is Samsur and I'm going to take your session of French. Now guys, I'm really very happy that all of my kids, those who wanted to learn French, have really done very good in class 6th and 7th. This coronavirus cannot stop us learning the foreign language once again. And I'm here right at your doorstep. Through this YouTube video, I can teach you the same foreign language French that you love a lot. Not only you, now your parents have an opportunity to come and watch the video and learn French. It has been an amazing journey with you guys and we really missed you a lot. But before I start this session, I would like to give you all a word of thanks. All of you have scored really very good, and whatever doubts you have, you can always ask me the same doubts. I'll be answering you all the doubts right away. Now, before I start this session, I would like to give you answer of some basic questions that you might be having in your mind. Which book we would be using? The same book with the tag number 3. Apprendre le français 3. And that is for class 8th. So now let's start the session. As I've sent you some notes, I've also sent you some screenshots, and I've also sent you the worksheets. You have to make sure that while I'm taking the session, you can refer to the sheets as well. Now, this is the way that you're going to learn and understand everything that I've taught you so far, because it's going to be a sort of revision and you're going to learn something new as well in this session. Class 6th and 7th has been an amazing time where you learned what is France all about, the days of the month, the month of the year, counting, alphabets, the basic salutations and everything. In class 7th, you learned a lot of grammar. You learned all the verbs. You learned the ER, IR, and RE verbs. You learned how to speak, foreign language French. You did talk about a lot of we did talk about a lot of, essay writings in French. You guys also made very amazing dictionaries, I remember. So there are a lot of things to do in class 8th as well. We're going to start this session now so that we can start the journey of class 8th foreign language French. Okay, so to start with, again in all the classes wherever you go, there are 3 main chapters that we have in all the books. Number 1 is about France. Number 2 is accent and the alphabets. And number 3 is the grammar. So grammar that I taught you in class 6th or 5th and 7th is the same grammar that you're going to be using in class 8th as well. Same grammar, same basics, just that we're going to give you a little more information compared to what you already know so far. So I hope all of you must be knowing that France is located in Europe, right? It has got 6 sides, because of which it is known as l'hexagone, right? I repeat, l'hexagone. I'll be teaching you in both the accents, neutral accent and native accent, so that you get a hands-on with both the accent and you can speak like a French person. So as I told you, French is the language of love. French is the language of politeness. So you have to make sure that when you speak French, you are polite. You should sound like the person, you like the person, you like to speak to that person. That is what French people believe in. So I'd like you all to carry on the French perfumes, carry on the French style, and speak the way the French people speak. So let's move ahead. In this chapter, lesson 0, the notes that I've sent you, we're going to still talk about France. Now, what we're going to talk about? The location of France. Now, every country has got its east, west, north, south areas and countries attached to it. France is one of the country which is surrounded by sea on 3 sides of it. If I show you the map of France, you will remember the shape of France. Le hexagone. You remember that? And if I show you the same in the world map, you will be able to easily locate that how does the France looks like and what all it occupies in the continent. So this is the world map. If you see it right here, this little one is France. You have the sea here, you have the sea here, you have the little sea here as well. So France is surrounded by the sea from 3 sides. And on the 4th side, we have the neighboring countries. These are again one of the most famous countries that we have. Not only this, ladies and gentlemen, we do have France known for its location, its climate, and its people. National anthem of France, or you can say the national song of France, is La Marseillaise. I repeat, La Marseillaise. Color of flag of France is BBR, blue, blanche, rouge. Blue, blanche, rouge. On top of that, the currency of France is l'euro. L'euro. I'm giving you all the accents today, the native and the neutral, so that you can easily communicate with your friends or your family after watching this video. This is a very good resource, children, because you can rewind it, you can forward it as per whatever notes you want to take, right? Right now, we'll come back to the screen and we'll focus. So, not only a country, or not only our country has got its, you can say the national anthem, they also have the national anthem called as La Marseillaise. Currency, I told you, is euro. Color of flag, I told you, is BBR, blue, blanche, rouge. The national symbol of France is La Macdine, also called as La Coque, C-O-Q. Remember that? This might be something that you might have to tell people in case if you go to France. They might ask you, what all do you know about France? You should surely know the color, the flag of France, the shape of France, the capital of France, and you should also know the currency of France. Some common things you need to know about any and every country whenever you go there, whenever you talk, whenever you converse with those people, or even in your oral examinations that you have to give in the school. Moving ahead, not only France is a country which is, known for its just for cheese and wine. It is also known for its favorable weather conditions. Why? Because we have a lot of rivers there, we have the mountains there. So I'm going to talk about the rivers, the mountains, and the surroundings of France. Now, first thing first, if I talk about the location of France, it is located in the northern area of Europe, right? European continent. It has got very favorable condition. The climate out there remains amazing. People love to visit to France during the summer holidays. You also get a chance to visit Paris, because that is a place everyone visits to see the Tour Eiffel, Musée du Louvre, Musée d'Orsay, Notre Dame, and all of those famous things, that you had in your previous book. You can even Google all of the monuments of France and you will really find them very amazing. One question before I proceed. Who made Eiffel Tower? I'm leaving this as a question for you. And in my next class or my next video, I'm going to tell you who made the Eiffel Tower. Okay, let's move ahead. So if I talk about the mountains in French is called as montagne. I repeat, mountains in French is called as montagne. Montagne. Some famous montagnes are Les Alpes. Why am I using LES in front of that? Because they are specific, article definite. And mountain is not just one. You cannot see just one mountain there. There in France, you have the range of mountain, all the mountains in one go. You getting my point? There are three major ranges of mountains in France. One of them is Les Alpes. Another one is Les Jura, J-U-R-A. Third one is Les Pyrénées, P-R-E-Y-N-E-S, Pyrénées. And then the biggest one is in the center of France, which is called as Massif Saint-Hall. I repeat, in the center of the France, we have the huge range of mountains called as Massif Saint-Hall. So I repeat, the four major mountains of France are La Jura, Les Alpes, Les Massif Saint-Hall, and Les Pyrénées. These are the four major mountains. Talking about the rivers, likewise, any other country, France has also got a lot of small and big rivers. But the main four rivers are Seine, which travels from Paris, Seine, S-I-E-N-E, Loire, L-O-R-I-E, Seine, Loire, Garonne, G-A-R-O-N-N-E, Garonne. Sounds amazing, isn't it? Seen, lohi, gehon, rohon. Rohon is R-H-O-N-E. Now, why am I using a lot of the ha sound here? Because as you guys know, that in French, the alphabet R is pronounced as half of the ha and half of the ha. Ha, like you have a bad throat. Ha. So that is why Sin, Lohi, Gahon, Rohon. I repeat, Sin, Lohi, Gahon, Rohon. These are the four major rivers in France. France has also got the eastern, western, northern, and southern side, the southern side of it, sides of it. It is called as Sud, is south. Ouest is the west. Uit is the east. And Nord is the north. So if you just refer to the first four lines of the chapter, you will see what all do we have in the east, west, and north, and east, west, north, and south sides of France. You'll find one side is totally surrounded by the countries, neighboring countries, beautiful place to visit, and three sides is surrounded by the sea. Just next to France, we have this sea, and top here we have UK. There is a train that travels from Paris, the heart of France, Paris. There's a TGV, a train that travels from Paris directly to UK under the water, called as TGV, Train de Grand Vitesse. What else would like to know about France? I'm going to talk about the brands there, okay? If I talk about the most famous brand, when I talk about the famous brand, the first thing that comes to my mind is perfume, called as parfum. I repeat, parfum. R is pronounced as half the ha, half the ka. Parfum. Yes, parfum. The French perfume, you perfume the French way, dress up the French way, speak the French way, and you're going to be the best French speaker. You might even get the French best student batch as well. All right, great. Moving ahead. So France is known for its perfume. France is known for its fashion. La Mode is one of the fashion brand in France. Moving ahead, not only these, the car brand, the world's most finest car, the best cars like Citroën, Renault, which is called as Canol. People call it as Renault in India because they do not know this R out there in France is called as the half of the ka and half of the, her, which is Renault. That is the right pronunciation of Renault. There is no t sound in French, and R is pronounced as ada ha, ada ka, so it's Renault. Citroën, yes, that is one of the very, very famous brand of cars that we have in France. What are the sea? I talked about France, surrounded about these three sides from the sea. La Méditerranée Sea and the Ocean Atlantic. It is near to all those France, area, the France country, I mean to say. Moving ahead, car brand, perfume. There are a lot of perfume brands as well. We have world most famous writers. Those were also from France. You can refer to the second page. You will see all the writers' name. You can learn any of the two writers that you feel. Gustave Eiffel is one of the one who actually made Eiffel Tower. So I gave you a hint here if you remember some question, okay? Moving ahead, in France, as I said, the weather conditions are very much favorable, because of which wine is, yes, for sure, one of the best in France. Now, why I'm telling you all this again and again, because if you do not know these basic things about France, if someone asks you, what all do you know about France? It might not sound good. So that is why you should know all the basic things about France. Moving ahead, we have done the mountains, we have done the rivers, we have done the climatic conditions, we have done the famous places. Some famous cities, if I talk about, what are these famous cities in France? Bourgogne, Bordeaux, Lille. These are Paris, not Paris, okay? Paris. These are some of the most famous cities that we have in France. Now, whenever you go to France, how do you go to France? There's several ways you can go to France. You can go via some other country through the sea. You can even go via flight. You can even try and go via the sea from the northeastern area of the world map, if you see. So there are a lot of ways to reach France. Now, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I talk about foreign language French? Probably that how it is spoken. So the idea of foreign language French, if you really want to speak foreign language French, you just need to understand this, that it is written in English but spoken in the Hindi format. So if you try and read, because now you will have chapters where you have to really read a lot. So when I give you an exercise to read, this chapter also, the first 4 lines, try to read them in Hindi, because the written format is though English. It looks like English, but it has the same sounds of Hindi. Let's move ahead. Apart from the brands of cars, we do believe and we do know that it is known for its fashion. The fashion industry is one of the most booming industry in Paris and in Italy too, but I'm not talking about Italy here. I'm going to talk about France only. The most famous people have the brands on their name. This is again a question that I would like to give to you guys. Find out 2 people with whom we have a brand name attached. I mean to say, the name of the brand is same as the name of the people. 2 of them. Be ready with that. Now, France, as I talked about, is one of the most famous country in Europe where people visit. What are the reasons to visit? Monuments for sure, trade for sure, businesses for sure, opportunities for sure. So these 4 basic things, if someone asks you why to go to France, it's a beautiful country, you have your career option, the studies, the education, I mean to say, it's known for its fashion. So if you really want to go to a country which is complete in itself, yes, for sure. India is also one of those countries, and next is the France country. Now, some people were asking me in the previous session that, sir, why only French? Why not some other language? So let me tell you that straight. French is a language which is spoken in around 70% of the world countries. In about 70% of the countries in the world are French spoken. The official language all over the world in 70% of the countries is foreign language French. Now, some of my kids, those who might have just taken French this year, might be confused on how to speak it. Would I be able to speak it? Yes, you can. It is never hard, never tough to learn this language, because this language is written in English and spoken in Hindi. If you try and speak the way it is written in Hindi, you will be able to read it. So that's about it, guys. This particular session was just a initiative which we have taken so that you understand the complete chapter after receiving the notes. I will also be coming on Zoom classes to give you more clearer picture about the same chapter and the chapters ahead. Till then, I want all of you to take care of yourself, learn about France, Google about France, browse about France, and make sure 2 questions. Who made Eiffel Tower? What are the brands on which is made on people's name? So make sure you keep your answer ready, get it posted to me, and the time I come to the school, I would like every kid to know at least 15-20 things about France. Thank you and take care of yourself. You guys have a nice day ahead. Take care. Ahua.